Let's craft the sword and the stone. What's up everyone, and welcome back to Elemental Crafting. This week we craft a classic, the sword and the stone. I'm going to teach you 2 ways how to craft the stone. Let's get to it. First I start off by going to my Proxon, and I take 2 pieces of 1-inch XPS foam about 2 inches long, and just basically run it through, creating a basic shape for the stone I want to create. Now that you have the basic shape, you want to start picking at some of the corners and the straight edges until you get the shape that you want. Then I'm going to cover it in Mod Podge and black paint. Once that's dry, I'm going to take this sculpting tool and slice into the foam as a starter hole for the plastic sword. Then I'm going to take my sword and open up the hole a bit more. And now we're ready for paint. I'm going to paint this first stone the basic dark gray. Once that's dry, I'm going to hit it with a regular gray dry brush. And then follow that with a vanilla. Much lighter with the vanilla. Then I finish it off with a black wash. Make sure to soak up any parts that are pulling too heavily. Then I set it aside to dry. The second stone I already have covered in Mod Podge. I'm going to take a bit of a different approach. I'm going to cover the entire thing with plaster. I'm a little bit obsessed with how washes look on plaster rocks. You want to make sure that this consistency isn't so runny, so it doesn't just run off of your stone when you cover it. Then you want to apply it all over your stone in a pretty thin coat because you want to keep the shape. Started getting pretty tough to hold, so I just inserted a toothpick underneath it to hold it for me. You want to make sure to use either the brush or your finger to dab around to give the stone some more texture. Then we have to keep an eye on it as it starts to cure, because once it starts firming up, we want to use our sculpting tool to make that starter slice into the foam. Then once again, insert the sword. And now we're ready for the washes. I'm going to go with a burnt umber and a deep gray. Basically going to cover about a third of the stone with the burnt umber. Then another third with the deep gray. Now I'm going to add some distilled water to the deep gray, making it a bit lighter. And I'm going to cover the entire stone. We let that dry, and then we come back and we cover the entire stone with a black wash. This is going to really blend all those colors together. Then once that's dry, I'm going to seal it with a watered down Mod Podge spray. And now it's time to paint my mini Excalibur. I apologize early for the angle of the camera. I have never painted a miniature sword on camera before. I used a leather brown for the handle, a polished silver for the crossguard and the pommel, and blade steel for the blade. Then I used the metallic gold on some of the small details remaining. And here's the final result. Leave me a comment, let me know which one you like better, although either one will look great in photos or on your game table. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Till next time. Haha.